Welcome everyone to Selective Preparation Power Thinking Skills Test 47. Today, as per usual, we have selected 10 questions from Test 47 and we are going to take a look at these questions. Let's begin with the first one. First question involves some algebra. So what that means is we don't know some of the numbers here. We don't know where we started and we have to work backwards to get back to that starting point. We know that 3 identical pencil cases cost the same as 5 identical pens. So we're going to write pencil cases, we'll write C for case, is the same as 5 pens, 5p. James bought 6 pencil cases and 8 pens, and his total came to $270. So what we are going to do, we should have written C here. Remember that when in algebra, there are 2 unknowns. We have C and P here. It can come in a variety of combinations, therefore we cannot work it out. We have to try and get rid of one of these letters and focus on only one letter at a time to be able to solve for that letter. What I mean by that, I'm going to replace 6C with the equivalent version of P. If we know 3C is 5P, that means that 6C, we double it, will be double of this, which is 10P. Now we know that 6C is the same value as 10P. We can use 10P instead of 6C here. So 10P plus 8P is 270. That means that 18 pens is equal to 270. So now it's a matter of simple division. 270 divided by 18 goes in once, 18. 90590. So 1 pen is costing what did I do wrong? Oh yes, that's right. 1 pen is costing $15, okay, costing us 15. However, they ask us how much 1 pencil case costs. We can go back to this statement here. Let's use another color. So 3 cases same as 5 pencil cases. 3 cases must equal to 5 times 15, okay, because P is 15. 3 cases is equal to 75. So single case must be 75 divided by 3, which is 25. So the answer is C. Okay, this next one, deductive reasoning. What would a police officer who was there during questioning most likely think? So let's see where he was questioned. This man seemed dazed, right? When the police questioned him, let's use a highlight actually. Dazed means kind of out of it, okay? Not fully conscious or present. He was unable to supply his name, his address, or an explanation of why he was in Jackson. He was arrested for vagrancy, which is being homeless. And then he was placed in a hospital and he entered as Mr. X. So which one is correct? This passage kind of focuses on how this man, Mr. X, right, he couldn't remember anything, he was dazed. And in between the time when he was arrested and in custody, they didn't really know what to do with him, right? He was arrested for being homeless, but there was no other reason why. He just appeared to be lost and no one knew who he was or where he was going or what he was doing. So it's most likely that the police officers don't think that he's dangerous, rather that he is mysterious. There is no known information about him. That is kind of the whole purpose of this passage. So that's why C is the answer. There's a pretty detailed explanation just here regarding why A, B, and D are not the best answers. So take a look at that if you'd like by pausing the video now. Number 3, logical reasoning. Buzz R Us is a telecommunications company. They conduct their business over the phone. In order to improve their business, they are keeping track of how long employees take up to pick up the phone, with a goal for the phone to ring no more than a maximum of 10 seconds. Which of the following best describes their new goal? So I'm going to go through all of these words and tell you what they mean. Measurable, the word measure is inside, so it's able to be measured or tracked or recorded. Okay? Complex means very complicated or of a higher power, requiring higher power thinking skills, okay, multiple steps. Compatible is between two things, and it means that one thing fits another, okay? And agentic means that somebody is able to use their own decisions and own opinions to do something, okay? To have agency. So which one will best describe this new goal of tracking and recording for the time to pick up the phone, and you want it no longer than a maximum of 10 seconds? Answer is A. Okay, we are very mathematical and calculative about this goal, so A is the best answer. Force and reasoning. Every year there are nearly 5,000 boating accidents, yet only 2% of boating owners keep life jackets in their boats. If more boat owners kept life jackets, the number of accidents could be significantly reduced. What is the flaw? The flaw is C. Right? What it's trying to imply is a correlation or a direct relationship between life jackets and boating accidents. Okay, or the lack of life jackets. So we can't, we know that boating accidents can't be prevented just by having a life jacket. Okay, you might be prevented from drowning, but it doesn't mean that the actual accident number will reduce in any way. The flaw is that it's linked up to things that actually have no link to each other. Again, read the solutions for more information. Number 5, deductive reasoning. So why I have labeled this as deductive reasoning is because you can use the answer options and go through a process of elimination to best befit your time constraints. So let's go through. Every digit is an odd number. If you look at A, B, C, D, they're all odd. None of them is a 9. Again, every digit is different. Yep. Check, check, check. The smallest digit is in the thousands place. This is where you can eliminate things. The smallest digit. All of them have the digits 1, 3, 5, and 7. So D is out and A is out because the smallest digit is not in the thousands place. The greatest digit is in the ones place. So for B and C, yes, they are. So they're still in the running. The preceding describes two possible numbers. We can see them here. And the mystery number is the greater of those, so the bigger one of the two. So obviously you want the the left-hand side to have bigger numbers. So C is the answer. 1,537 is bigger than 1,357. Right, number 6 is a problem-solving question. We want to figure out how much the books Speed Runner and Lauren is Not Fine is going to be. Now, this is not a case of simple addition because of this big black star here. We get 25% off fiction books. That means that we are actually paying 75% of fiction books, right? We have one fiction book out of the two we selected, so we are going to find 75% of 1020, i.e. 3/4. And then add on Eleanor is Not Fine, which is $12. 3/4 of 1020. You divide by 4 times by 3. 1020 divided by 4, you get twice. 8 minus 2.2, you get 5, 2.0, and 25. So 2.55 times by 3, 15, 16, 7. 765 plus onto $12 will give you $19.65. which is option C. So A is if you had no discount applied. B is if you added on 255, okay, instead of minusing the discount, you just plus the discount onto a little it's not fine. Okay, and D is just a random answer. Finding conclusion, what is the main aim of this passage? For the aim, we want to find some words that kind of encapsulate what we are talking about. So we talk about ideas in this first paragraph, but you can see we are actually talking about a person here, Steve, okay? And this paragraph about ideas is more of an introduction, more prelude to the main aim of the passage. It talks about in the memory of my best friend, okay? And it's talking about the memory, and the understanding of him is refusing to be still. So it's almost like we are kind of looking back fondly on this person, right? And it's backed up by this idea. We miss him. I miss his insight. I miss his singular and beautiful clarity, and so on. These are all words that are often used when somebody passes away, in loving memory of someone, in a eulogy, okay, which is a speech you give at a funeral. So this could give you a couple hints, and the answer, which is C. Okay, so we're reflecting on the passing of a friend whose presence will be greatly missed. Greatly missed links with the missing. Passing of a friend links with this paragraph here. So it's the best encapsulation of the main aim. You can have a read of the solutions if you'd like. Number 8. So we're comparing perimeter and area. Okay. The first step is to find the sides of both shapes. We have a 2 by 10 here. We have a 4 by 5 here. So now we can compare the two shapes, shape 1, shape 2, 1 and 2. Shape 1, the area would be 20 centimeters squared, and so would shape 2. What will the perimeter be? We add up the sides and we multiply it by 2 for the other side, okay? 9 times 2 is 18 centimeters. 2 plus 10 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24 centimeters. So clearly they are different. So different perimeter, same area. Answer is D. Okay, ratios. For ratio questions, we will add up the total ratio and divide the total by that to find how much each part is. Jordan to William to Lawrence is 6 to 5 to 1. That is a total of 12 parts. Right? So in order to 8376 divided by 12, it will go in 6 times. 6 to 12, 72. And we get 11, 117. 117, 121 goes in 9 times. 9 twos, 18. 108 minus 96 goes in 8 times. 96. Okay, and you get 0 remainder. So that is per part. 698 per part. Now the question asks you to find how much more money does Jordan have than Lawrence. J to L. So you can figure out the number of parts. 6 parts minus 1 part is 5 parts different. So now you can do 5 times 698. Okay, and that should get you to 3490, which is C. Okay. Last question for today. Figure below A, B, and C is an equilateral triangle. The perimeter of BCD is 42. We already know that BD is 18 and CD is 10. That's 28 currently. To find out what BC is, you can minus that from the total side, the perimeters, and you get 14 centimeters. That means that because ABC is an equilateral triangle, everything would be 14 there. We want to express the perimeter of triangle ABC as a fraction of the perimeter of triangle ABD. So perimeter of triangle ABC is 14 by 3, which is 42. Okay? Perimeter of triangle ABD, however, ABD is 14 plus 14 plus 10, right? Plus 18, which is 28 plus 28, which is 56. Now we want to express it in a fraction of its lowest terms. So we have 42 over 56. And we're going to slowly do some division. I can divide it by 7, right? And what do we get? 6 by 7 is 42. 8 by 7 is 56. And you can divide it by 2. And what do we get? 3 over 4. That's why the answer is A. Okay, let's quickly go through some points from this test.